I believe that my body and my data belongs to me and not to science.
I think it's really important every time to think about, do I want to participate in this? And I think it's on us researchers to make a good case. Yeah. And I think data, yes, it belongs to you, and you should have the right to say, yeah, I want to contribute that.
Because I don't take any pharmaceutical medication, I'm probably a bit atypical of MS, people with MS. So I know that he would help me weigh up that risk.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, I do. And I think that part of that is, so we all have a choice as to how much we contribute perhaps to science or what we're willing, not willing to partake in. But yeah, at the end of the day, the choice is the individuals, yeah.
I think we've all got a responsibility to contribute. I wouldn't be better. I've benefited enormously from other people contributing, and I think if we close ourselves off, I think we're doing ourselves an enormous disfavour as well as everyone else. I don't think there's any, to me, I don't see any debate about it really. I've donated my brain and the central core to MS Brain Bank. I don't know the rest of it's of much use to anybody, but if they can make, I've got no use for it once. So if it's helpful to someone else, go for it.
Well, I mean, our project is called Our Health in Our Hands, so I think that kind of answered it already. I think that the whole point is that we are that the person with the disease is the center of what we're doing, and I also think that consent is not it's not a moment in time. It's not that somebody enters a project and goes, I consent to this. It's an ongoing dialogue. And if a participant, whether that's somebody with MS or a control participant, just at one point decides that I don't want to be part of this, then that's their right. I mean, it's like with any other form of consent. The moment you say I don't want to do this anymore, then other people just have to respect that.
I think this is an evolving space in the science area because data, is changing in our collection of big data and how we manage that. And I think it kind of doesn't belong to anyone anymore. It's kind of got bigger than research. So I think we have to treat data and body components, blood or whatever, with respect, with the intention of trying to get as much involvement with the donor. And knowing that may not be possible as well. So it's really having clear boundaries around how we use things in a way that, respects the person who donated it. So yeah, it's not a black and white. This one's actually quite complex for researchers.
I want to be able to provide consent as research changes.
As much for my own curiosity to know that, if you say, oh, look, we've discovered that actually if we look at this gene, we can see something which really is an indicator of likelihood to get MS, that everyone has it or whatever. For me, to be part of knowing that, yes, I think you need my ongoing consent.
Okay.
I think there's two sides to the story here. I think there is what we're doing as scientists, and there's the participants. And I think science changes over time, and we will be able to do more things with the same data somewhere in the future, because that's basically how everything has progressed so far. So that's not an odd prediction. But then there's also the people that participate that change over time, and I think that is where the dialogue has to take place, because so you have to keep talking to each other. And
I'm not sure. Does that mean, so if somebody has, if your data has been captured, can it then be later used for something else?
Yeah.
That's a tricky one, because you're kind of consenting to something that you don't have visibility of, and there's risks with that. So personally, today I'd say yes, And it's probably, you know, once I said yes, it'd probably be too late to change my mind. So I don't know. There's a lot of questions around that.
Well, we always try to like think ahead on what could be involved and try to basically cover the area. But if it goes outside the area, absolutely, yeah, we need to reconsent. And it's the same with, I mean, of course, if samples are already in a study, it's really hard to distract them and like take them out. I think that's unreasonable. But I think people also change. If they say, no, I don't want to do this anymore, then they need to have the right to say, yeah, I retract my consent. I think it's, so not only research changes, also circumstances changes.
Are there situations where you might be doing something, have that data, and then want to use it for something else, and then...
No, I mean, I wouldn't use it. I would obviously ask if we can use it before.
Yeah.
I think that's the proper way to do it.
There's the issue of de-identification, isn't there? Yeah. So I think that, of course, I mean, at the end of the day, I guess it still belongs to us, but I think that allows a bit of wriggle room, the de-identification. I don't have great understanding of it, but I guess to me it means that my privacy is protected. So, but then on the other hand, do I want my data used for something that I have issues with from an ethical perspective? So if I wasn't going to contribute to a particular study or research for ethical reasons, then would I want my de-identified data to contribute to that? So yeah, maybe it does just belong to the person. I don't know.
I guess it depends people to people, like it varies. For example, someone is like, I'm okay with whatever if I get a cure. They might say something like that. Some of them would want to read the full procedure as to what it's being used for and then submit consent. I think you can have different variations there and actually get approval from different people for different studies, I think.